You're listening to the AFTERBUZZ TV Network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment. From the AFTERBUZZ Studios in Los Angeles, California, presented by Maria Menounos and Bing.com, and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies. This is AFTERBUZZ TV's Baby Daddy After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AFTERBUZZ TV's Baby Daddy After Show.
Why do you fill me up?
Oh my gosh, yes. Welcome everyone. Vegas for doing, and we are here doing another 2 episodes today actually for Baby Daddy because we couldn't make it last week, so we're making up for it today. I'm your host, Annika, and with me is...
Hi, I'm Anik Dufour.
And today's episode that we're recapping is for Season 2, Episode 10 and 11. The first one we're going to be doing is called Test Anxiety, which I'm sure everyone can relate to.
Yes.
And also the second episode is called Whatever Lola Wants. So the first 2 topics will be about test anxiety, and then we'll tell you guys when we're switching over to tonight's episode of Whatever Lola Wants.
Yes.
Want to get started?
Let's go.
So test anxiety started.
Yes.
Riley failed her bar exam.
Right.
Which I have to say is a hard test to take. I mean, I've never taken it.
Right. But she didn't. Did she fail it, or did she never actually went?
She never went to take it. She got freaked out.
So she didn't actually fail it.
No, but she said she failed it multiple times before, which is why it freaked her out.
Okay.
Because that wasn't her first attempt.
Okay.
And she said, like, she's failed it in the past, and then that's why she got nervous. Like, she gets there, and she, like, opens the book, and she's like, I'm out. Peace out.
Right.
Which I understand.
Yeah, I would have pieced out the first time.
I mean, I don't know if I would have even gone in. I'd be like, okay, you know what? I'm over it. I'm not going to get this test. But, I mean, I do know people who've taken the bar and who've taken it multiple times and passed it, and it's not an easy test to take.
Yeah. I know someone who actually passed it the first time.
I actually do know one person out of, like, the 15 that I know who've taken it.
Yeah.
It's insane. It might be the same person, girl. But, yeah, so, I mean, we have test anxieties. She failed. I mean, she didn't fail it. She just didn't go in for it.
Right. I thought it was cute how, like, Ben tried to, like, you know, like, comfort her and wanting to be, like, a good friend like Danny is and stuff like that, and like he was just failing at that miserably.
Because he's not. I mean, even Taj said it, like, sensitive is not the first word we think of when we girls talk about you. And I just love that his next line was, if I'm doing it right, it's not, you know. But obviously his mind was somewhere else other than emotional sensitivity.
Right.
But it was cute that he was trying to, like, kind of compete with Danny. Like, why can't I be a good friend like that?
Yeah, and then I remember I liked how Tucker was kind of like, well, you know, what, you know, because he's always like, well, what does Danny do?
Yeah.
You know, and stuff. So he's like, this is what Danny does. He goes and he's there for her. This is why, like, they're, like,
it's a different...
I think they're closer than Ben and Riley.
Yes.
I think Riley and Danny are closer.
Emotionally, yes.
Right. And so he's like, I remember Ben is sitting there, him and Tucker are sitting there outside in their little like patio, like little balcony thing. And Ben goes and says, that's right, you know, he's always there for her. And then, like, Tucker's like, well, what are you doing? Go.
Yeah.
And then he, like, gets up and takes off.
He was like, he wouldn't be sitting here asking me what to do. He'd be there comforting her, you know? And he was like, oh, okay. And, like, it clicked to him. It's funny because, I mean, I have to say by characters, obviously not by the actors, but I feel like Danny's character is definitely the dumbest out of all the boys.
Right.
And Ben definitely has his airhead moments where you're like, hello, duh, like, go, like, you know.
Yeah.
But I just think it's funny how Ben's is coming out more often, it seems like, as we're going down later in the episodes, you know, like his kind of, I guess, ditzy moments or airhead moments. It's humorous to me, so.
I liked how Riley ended up getting a job as like a beer girl at this like, German restaurant.
Is there one like that in LA? Because
there's one
tempted.
Like that in New York City.
Well, they are set in New York,
right? But I'm just saying, there's one like that in New York.
Where they actually wear those little like lederhosen and stuff.
They don't wear those, no. But there's something like
that looked like so much fun. Like, how many of you guys would go and get a beer and pretzels or whatever, a hot bratwurst or something that they were serving? Those little outfits, I would just want a job for the outfit.
Annika would be the only one who wants a job for the outfit.
I'm like, oh my God, I would just want to work here. Just like, they'd be like, why do you want to work here? I'd be like, the outfits are really cute. I wouldn't say that, but you know what I mean.
So she goes and she gets a job there because she thinks she can't like ever pass the bar.
Right.
So she's like, oh, well, I'm just going to, be a beer girl and stuff like that.
And get tips in her little blonde wig that with the braids sticking out.
Right. But it's funny because Ben thought the whole time, because the episode started and Tucker found a pregnancy test in the bathroom, like on the corner.
Right after Riley came out of it.
Right. And so, like, this is why Ben is kind of, like, all into, like, oh, I'm here for you if you need anything and stuff like that. And then they go and they find out that it's not her.
No.
But it's Amy.
And... yeah, I can't say shocker, but it was just funny to me because they find out it's Amy, and it seems like everyone kind of finds out before Danny. Like, the mom knew because, Amy just, like, confessed and said, I am pregnant, and I'm scared, or, and she's like, oh, I can tell you about teen pregnancies. I had 2 of them, and... oh, God, I love Bonnie.
It's not really something to brag about.
No. But, they're bonding, so... And it was just funny because she's telling Bonnie, she's like, I'm scared, I don't know what to do. And she's like, well, I'll give you tips and stuff. And then I just think it's funny that they were playing charades. And that's how, like, Danny... Ben
and Bonnie were playing charades.
Yeah, Ben, because they're like, I have a secret. I can't tell you, but we'll play charades. And leave it to Tucker to come in the room and guess both of them at the same time as Danny's walking in.
Right.
And there he's like, what? Amy's pregnant? And it's like... I just thought that was funny that was how they found out.
That was a good moment, especially since, like, well, what if I tell you,
Yeah. So I won't tell you. I'll just, it's like a classic, I guess, like sitcom thing. They've done that. A bunch on like Full House or like I Love Lucy. They've done charades. I'll tell you, but you guess it, So I just thought it was funny. I was like, here they go. Yeah, I'm playing charades to find out a secret. But it was cute. I liked it.
All this time, though, Danny is meeting with Amy, is introducing him to her father.
Yeah, they've apparently met before, but he didn't like him. Like, the dad didn't like Danny, which, really? What is there not to like? I guess he's kind of an airhead character, so.
Yeah, come on. Like, if you had, like, a daughter or something, and then here comes this guy. Yes, he's cute and all, but
the dad doesn't care about that.
He's got nothing. Up in the...
nothing going on.
Yeah.
Nothing going on upstairs. But yeah, so he wanted to meet the dad, or Amy wanted them to be like closer or better acquainted. Which kind of all ties in because she takes him to this, or Danny takes the dad to like this beer garden, not knowing that Riley just got a job there.
Right. Which is what we were talking about, the German
beer garden that she was working with the cute outfits.
Yeah. If
y'all don't know what I'm talking about, go look it up. It is adorable. It's a Halloween outfit, I'll be honest, but
you should just wear that on a daily basis.
We should have worn it tonight. Can you imagine?
Yeah.
Yay! I actually don't have one, so no, but
So they're at the beer garden. I can't remember what the name of the restaurant was called.
I don't know if they said it.
But they're at the beer garden,
yes.
And Danny is trying to talk to Amy's father and trying to kind of win him over type of thing. And then I think it was it Ben that goes up because Tucker was there. His dream was to play
with the Oompa band.
Yeah, the Oompa band. So he's there with what was the instrument he was playing?
I don't. No, I can't remember.
Accordion or something.
Yeah, something.
But he was there. He was there with the band, and he's like, it was his dream. And then here
would be his dream.
Right. Here comes Ben with Emma, which is kind of funny because she's just dangling there on stage, and he interrupts everybody, and then he kind of like gives like this whole like speech type of thing, saying, you know, who's ever had a dream and given up, blah blah blah, on and stuff like that. And just to show kind of Riley, saying, you know, to Riley that you shouldn't give up on your dream, that you should like continue to pursue it, and you never know where it'll take you.
Just because you're scared.
Right. And then he blabs out saying that Amy was pregnant.
Yeah.
And then, like, of course, Amy's father kind of looks at Danny saying, like, what? She's pregnant?
Yeah.
And then here comes Amy saying, no, it was a false alarm. I'm not pregnant. And then Danny's like, oh, well, you know, this was before she said that. She's like, oh, Danny's like, oh, I'll be there for you, da da da. And then, like, she's like, oh, but I'm not pregnant. You know, it was like a false alarm. So, like, then the father kind of, like, warmed up. Yeah. Saying, oh, you know, that was, like, really, really nice of you to be there for my daughter, you know, and that you guys, you know, you're kind of okay.
Yeah. Which is funny because I feel like even if it was a false alarm, like, I don't know, I feel like most dads would be like, what the hell? You almost got my girl pregnant? Like, you know.
Right.
But he was like, oh, okay, well, that's fine. There's no baby, so you're fine. You know?
It's just, I guess, something to wrap it up with.
Yeah. They're like, we can't continue this story anymore. We got to close it out. But
yeah.
Yeah. And I have to say, going back on Ben giving that speech in the beer garden, the motivation speech, I have to say, like, I definitely thought that was really sweet of him. I mean, he got on the spotlight with the baby and was like, hey, I just love how he's like, hey, has anyone in here failed? And, like, no one raises their hand at first. And then he's like, well, I guess it's a whole room of liars.
Yeah.
And then, like, he asked again, and people, like, actually raised their hands. But that whole speech and all, this kind of, like, episode with Riley and stuff just reminded me of the quote, which I'm sure most of you have probably heard. Never let the fear of striking out keep you from playing the game.
The Cinderella story.
Yes, someone got
Regina
it.
King. She's just totally out of like Southland forever. No,
but it's just funny because it's like the same thing. She had like anxiety, so she was scared. So she's like, I can't do this, you know. Mm-hmm. But she wants to be a lawyer.
So she goes back and then she takes the test and she passes.
And she got her bar.
Yay!
Which is going to segue us into our next episode.
Yes, it will.
Anything you want to add about this one?
No, I think we pretty much wrapped it up. There wasn't as much
going on
with the different characters as there was with just like those like
mini stories. Yeah. Well, I liked it. It was a good episode. We enjoyed watching it. And before we move on to the next one, guys, make sure you guys go to iTunes, tell a friend about this show, download it, watch it, rate us, comment us, leave us not notes. I mean comments. We're not in school. My head's still in like test anxiety mode. So leave us comments, rate us, download it, watch us, tell your friends and all that. And while you're on the computer doing all that jazz, go to iTunes and you guys can actually buy Cereal Buddies. And I keep telling you guys week after week, it is hilarious.
It is.
Huge cast of amazing, talented people. As you know, Maria Menounos is in it. Beth Bears, Kathy Lee Gifford, Henry Winkler. The Fonz is in it, people.
He narrates it.
I mean, his voice is in it. Christopher McDonald, Christopher Lloyd. There's just so many good people. We loved it.
Yes.
It was
it was hilarious.
So funny. I still laugh like thinking of some scenes. So please, guys, go download it, watch it. You can tweet them at Serial_Buddies. Tweet Maria, tweet any of the other actors that are in it. Let them know how much you love it. I'm sure they'd love hearing that from you. Download it. Movie nights, popcorn, movies. Call it a day.
Yeah.
Summer party.
Ooh.
Let us know how you love it. Tweet us. Tell us. Tell the world. I mean, whatever you need to do. So we love it. I want to know how you guys lived it and what your favorite scenes were.
Yes.
So that will segue us into episode 2, which is called Whatever Lola Wants.
Episode 11.
Right, but our second
But
one.
it is season 2, episode 11.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Exactly. Season 2, episode 11. Whatever Lola Wants. And this one had, I guess, like, they always have, like, mini stories going on in the same episode, but I feel like this one kind of I guess it didn't really. I was gonna say Riley and Bonnie again were together, and the boys and the cleaning girls.
Right.
But I always like how they do that. Like, they separate them, but sometimes they mesh them together, too.
Right.
Anyways, that was my little thought of
random
the stories.
Thought of the night.
Yes. So do you want to start?
So, well, we start with Riley trying to get her job back because they went ahead and let her go.
Of course.
Because she didn't pass the bar.
No.
And, that's what she thinks, is that they let her go because she didn't pass the bar. And so her and Bonnie is kind of like, got this whole, like, Bonnie Beauty Bar? Bonnie's Beauty Bar going on.
Her next intervention.
Riley comes in saying, I'm trying to get my job back. I have an interview with them. I need to, prepare and stuff like that. And so Bonnie goes, well, do you want, like, a tan type of thing?
Yeah, like, it'll help you out.
Right. And she's like, well, I guess I could use a little color. And then you see in the next segment how I guess Bonnie forgot to mix the solution with water to dilute it. And so Riley's orange.
like Oompa Loompa orange.
Yeah. And I just find it funny how, like, her eyes, she had, like, their little raccoon thing.
Yeah, like the goggle marks.
Right. Because when you spray tan, you don't need the goggles.
That's what I was thinking, too. But maybe I thought the same exact thing, actually, because I'm like, granted, I've never sprayed tan, but I'm saying, like, you don't need that. Like, because they're not, like, in your face, but.
Yeah, you just close your eyes. Well, if she's airbrushing her, it's different, too. She didn't need any goggles, though, for airbrush.
Maybe they just
I used to work in a tanning salon, people, so that's why. Anyway, so back to the episode. So Riley goes and she's getting ready to go to her interview.
Yes.
And as she goes in, the woman who's interviewing her, I can't remember her name. Do we remember her name?
I don't remember her character name, but I know she was the actress who live tweeted tonight for the Baby Daddy chat.
Okay.
I can find out for you. She's done a bunch of stuff.
She's a great actor.
Blanking on her name. Jackie? I think it's Jackie. Like, her real name is Jacqueline or something with a J.
Okay.
I'll find out.
We'll find out for you. And so she comes in and she's like, Riley, what do you, why do you look like that type of thing?
Yeah.
And she's like, well, I tried to get a spray tan to look better for, the interview and stuff like that. And, I just ended up like orange. And then come to find out that they didn't fire her because she didn't pass the bar, but because she's too nice.
Yes.
They kind of let her go because she's too sweet.
And she can't, like, stand up for herself.
Right. And then that's how it ends up how Riley goes and tells her, well, the woman is like, well, you really should sue. Them for, like...
Yeah.
Which I don't understand why Riley couldn't get it off. Like, sugar scrub, people, if you get, like, a bad spray tan, sugar scrub gets it out. And lemon juice.
Yeah, I've heard lemon juice for sure.
And she tried to, like, scrub herself out, and she's like, it just made it mad type of thing.
Yeah.
That was kind of cute. And so the woman is like, well, you should really sue or take legal action. And Riley is like, oh, I'm definitely going to, we're gonna have like this mediation type of thing.
Meeting.
Right. And then the woman's like, great, you can have it here. And so she wanted to, like, kind of watch her to see, like, how she would do. And then it would be kind of like a tryout for Riley.
To see if she can get her job back.
Right. To see if she can be mean. Which was funny. It was really funny.
Because then Bonnie shows up. So Riley convinces Bonnie to come because she's like, you ruined my life and I need my job back, so you have to do this favor for me. So Bonnie agrees. She comes back and she comes in with a guy who she's like, this is my lawyer, like, Mr. Hector. Perez or Hector or something. Hector. Yeah. And he was like this little guy dressed in a suit walking next to Bonnie like, doo-doo-doo. And
he's actually her doorman.
Yeah.
In the apartment.
Riley's like, what do you mean you got a lawyer for this? And he's like, oh, this is my doorman. Just let it go,
Yeah.
Like, gotta love Bonnie. Like, everything she has to do to, like, the extreme.
Yeah.
It can't just be like, oh, I'm going to help Riley get her job back. It's like, nope. I'm going to get my doorman to play a lawyer. To put on a suit and come to this meeting with me. Like, I love it.
It was cute. It was a cute moment. So Riley goes and starts interrogating Bonnie.
Yes.
On, why she did what she did and, the whole, like, lawyer type of dialogue jargon and stuff like that. And then Bonnie starts she starts crying. And so I guess Riley figured, like, oh my gosh, I really hurt her feelings. Yeah. I really can't, I really need to apologize. So she goes and, like, apologizes to her. And Bonnie's kind of like, what are you doing? I'm trying to help you out and get your job back.
Right.
And then, like, Riley's like, oh. And so, like, the woman, like, figured out, that she was.
It was kind of like a setup.
Yeah. And that she knew that they were friends and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So they end up coming back. Because as Bonnie was walking in with the lawyer, the first scene, she kind of fell off the chair or didn't actually make it to the chair and just, like, missed the chair completely, which I've done.
It's those margarita Mondays that last for 3 days, dude.
The sad part is that I wasn't drunk either. So,
oh my gosh.
It's just my life. Welcome to my life, people. So she comes in with, like, I think it's hilarious how, like, she comes in with, like, a neck brace and a cane, and she's got, like, 4-inch heels on. And she comes, like, walking in saying, and then, like, Riley's like, we're going to sue you, to the woman, saying that, like, hey, I can be really mean. So she ends up getting her job back.
She does.
Which is really good for her. And I'm happy
I'm happy for her, too. But while all this mess is going on with Riley and the spray tan gone wrong and Bonnie and fake lawyers, the guys have a mess of their own.
Yes.
Because Lola, Megan's dog, Lola, Ben just is supposed to watch or something. And at the same time, their house is a mess because it's 3 boys, and Tucker seems to be the only one who knows how to clean.
Yes.
And a baby, of course.
Right.
And so Danny decides to hire cleaning girls who, like, are hot for guys and, like, will come and clean. So they leave this apartment. Of course, the cleaning girls take every opportunity to steal everything in the apartment.
What I want to know is, like, okay, I understand that that, like, cleaning people and stuff like that, most of the time you can leave them alone.
Yeah.
But, like, they just met these 2 girls. Why would you, like, go and just leave them to the apartment?
Alone. And not to mention give them already 2 weeks pay.
Yeah.
I mean, Danny really.
Well, Danny.
He was like, cute girls, 2 weeks pay, here you go.
There's no excuse for him. But, like, they take the TV and then they take the dog.
Yeah. Because they knew that they could get. Because Ben mentioned to them that he's watching his girlfriend's dog and she's very attached. So they were smart. I mean, smart in a bad way, but they were like, well, we can probably get money for him. So let's just take him,
Right.
Which is exactly what they wanted to do. So they take the dog. The boys come back and want to trap the girls because they're like, what the hell? We gotta do some kind of trap and get these girls. And they try to scheme stuff up, but all they really needed to do was, like, Megan comes back at the end with her dog to Ben's apartment, and Ben's like, what the hell, where did you get this dog from? And she was like, well, I got a phone call from the girls and they wanted my money, so when I said, okay, come, I'll give you the money, the cops just arrested them and gave him my dog back. And he's like, oh, we should have done that. Like, leave it to the boys to not think, like, straight to that, like, oh, maybe we should, call them up since we have their number.
Because they tried to, like, trick them.
Yeah, to coming back.
Going back, but to Bonnie's apartment.
Yeah.
And then, like, Danny called them with, like, an accent, but, like, from the same cell phone. It's like, so they were all waiting in the closet. And then here comes Bonnie and Riley. And she's like, what are you doing in there? Can we just, 1 second, can we just talk about, this is bothering me. Can we just talk about how big Bonnie's studio is? That. It's New York City. I lived in New York City. Studios are not that big.
That is a huge studio she
has. That's like
a
4-bedroom apartment in New York City.
Her studio is, like, huge. I want a studio like that out in LA. Like, it has stairs and everything going up to her bed, and, like, like the kitchen's open and nice, and she even got a spray tent set up in there, and I'm like, girl.
Yeah, and it's like, where does she get the money from?
Right, because we only know her as Danny's manager, but then again,
I mean, does Danny pay for the apartment?
I don't know.
But that's just a really big apartment for
really huge
New York
studio,
City, and that's just not kosher. I just don't know where they found that at.
I want to know where that is. There one like
unless
that in
you
LA?
pay unless you pay like $1 million for it,
like a penthouse,
yeah,
maybe.
Yeah,
but I don't think she's at a penthouse level financially.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But I mean, she lucked out. Maybe something happened. She got this on like, you know, cheap deal.
Yeah, I'm just thinking too much into it.
I love her suite though, her studio. So if there's one like that in LA, I'll definitely move in.
Well, it'd be a lot cheaper too.
It would be.
So they're in there, and then Ben has like that whistle. Oh, well, they hear the dog bark first of all. And so, like, he's got, like, that whistle thing, and then he runs back. I guess it's, like, one of those, like, dog whistles where only the dogs can hear. But, like, I heard, so I don't know what that means.
I heard it, too.
Okay.
But Tucker did, too, so I feel like we're not the only ones.
Okay.
Tucker heard it, too.
So that's when they go back and then to their apartment, and they see that they took the TV, because they took the TV the first time.
Yeah.
And they got another TV, because that was the most important thing.
Yeah.
And then they took the TV again the second time.
Yeah.
So then they're like, oh, they took the TV and the dog again. You know, they didn't leave anything. So then that's when Megan comes back, and you see her, you know, saying, where's Lola? And he's like, oh, well, she ran off with like another dog. I can't remember the breed of the dog. Schnauzer.
Yeah, some other one.
And she ran away with the dog, or like she was like at the groomers and stuff, and she's like, well, why are you lying? You know, she's like, she's my baby. And then he's like, do you know that, like, you know, she's not like human
really
type
a
of
baby
thing?
Yeah.
And that offended me a little bit.
Did it?
I don't really get offended easily when it comes to like animals, because like my animals are my babies.
Right.
So it's like if a guy would come up and, you know, like do that, because she broke up with him.
She did.
Because of that. Because he lost her baby. And if a guy would do that, like would lose my baby, that would like not only break up with him, but run him over with my smart car.
Because to her, it's the equivalent of her losing Ben's Emma.
Right, exactly.
You know, which I'm sure he would probably break up with a girl who lost Emma. So
Right. So I can see where she's coming from, and I actually agree with what she did.
Yeah.
I mean, I would have broken up with him too.
I don't have pets. I didn't really ever growing up because my mom has really bad allergies, so I couldn't. Other than a goldfish. Marsha survived for 7 years, guys. That was my goldfish.
Marsha?
Yeah, I named her Marsha, and she survived for 7 years. That thing did not want to die. That thing did not want to die.
Marsha.
It was from the carnival, anyways, and that was the only pet I had, and like, so I mean, I understand what you're saying though, because I have friends like that too. They're like, that's my baby, but like I personally have never had that attachment to a pet, only because I've never been able to have one. Right. Other than Marsha.
Right. And I mean, like for people that don't know, it's, you know, it's I could see like, you know, if you don't know how it is and stuff like that. But I mean, I've had pets growing up and stuff, and like if anything, you know, would happen, I would be like, hey, I would just do exactly like what Megan did.
Right.
And just like,
which I'm sure a lot of people will. Like you guys aren't the only ones, you know.
I've been like, bye.
See ya.
Yeah. But I think it's funny. I think we have one more episode.
I think there's 2.
There's 1 or 2 more episodes.
Because what are we? 11 is 16, so 5.
Are you sure? I thought on IMDb there was only 12. I could be wrong now.
I think they list it every week. I've noticed that.
Okay.
Because they add like people from episode every week that it airs. Like they don't just do it all at once for the season. Mm-hmm. So I think that might be it. But I mean, I think there's 5.
Well, we shall see.
We'll either be here for 1 more week or 5, guys.
But that was a funny episode, and I'm looking forward to next week's.
I am too. It should be good. It was fun to see it.
Yeah.
Again. It was good times. I liked it.
Yeah. Do we have any news and gossip?
Yeah.
AFTERBUZZ TV News.
All right. So nothing. I mean, we've told you guys this before, but they didn't just start going out. I don't know, doing some craziness because
I'm gonna go the gossip route right now because it's called news and gossip. So I'm just gonna go gossip-y since you know, well, it's only us two anyway. Derek and Chelsea seem to be dating. So they've been posting on their Instagram
pictures. It looks like they're together.
That they're together. And for a while, it kind of seemed like they weren't dating. Yeah. But now they were in like Palm Springs this past week and stuff. So that's very interesting.
Little real life romance hopefully going on. On top of that, we have of course, they're nominated for the Teen Choice Awards, and they really want a surfboard in their apartment, guys. So I'll read you the thing again so you guys can know. Derek is for Choice TV Breakout Star. Taj, Choice TV Male Scene Stealer. Chelsea, Choice Summer TV Star Female. And Jean-Luc, Choice Summer TV Star Male. And the show Baby Daddy is for Choice TV Breakout Show. And you guys can go to teenchoiceawards.com to vote once per day. And the cast wants you to vote. We want you to vote. The show wants you to vote. Just go do it. Go vote.
I think it'd be cute if they win to have like the surfboards in the apartment.
I think that's what they want to do.
That
like,
would be kind of cute.
That's what they're trying to do. Get the surfboard and have it as a decoration in the apartment. So you'll be helping out the show, guys, too. Let's do this. Let's get them at least one surfboard. There's so many nominations there. Yeah. I think they can do it. I think they can take home more than one for sure.
Definitely.
So go vote for them, guys.
Yay, predictions.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
I don't know. I'm like all like predicted out. I don't think the whole Amy and Danny is gonna last.
No.
Now we see that Megan and
Ben just ended.
So I don't know. Like I don't think they're gonna last. But then I think maybe now since he's kind of like with Amy, something may happen between Riley and Ben since he tried to comfort her type of thing. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it's just funny that they kind of go through, I can't say fast. I feel like, I mean, they do kind of go a few episodes each, girl, and they're like, peace out.
Yeah.
But I do think that, like you said, Amy's not going to last. Like maybe two more episodes. But yeah, I would love to see Ben and Riley hit things off and see where that goes. That'd be kind of fun.
Yeah.
So thank you guys for watching. You guys can find us on our show's Twitter page at ABTV Baby Daddy. And where can they find you?
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Anik and my website AnikDufour.com.
And you can find me on Twitter, Instagram, all that at Annika_Michelle for Twitter and my website AnikaMichelle.com. Thanks, guys.
Bye.
From Bing.com, executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.